Surprise! Yeah, it's me. Okay, everybody, look, I really wanted to get this video out this morning. I am in the hellish realm of moving. Yes, I am. But anyway, it'll be over soon. Look, people, we have a lot to talk about this morning here, and I'm really happy to be here with you. So let's talk about that. So right now, the market is open. I was unable to get this video out pre-market. Okay, whatever. Better late than never. But here's the situation. This is such a joke, honestly. It's the first day of the Federal Reserve's two-day meeting, for which tomorrow they're going to announce their big monetary policy decision. Like they don't already know. Well, we're going to talk about that, people. Actually, let's talk about it now. How many of you believe that the Federal Reserve already knows what they're going to do? Duh. This is a long-term plan that the Fed has been involved in for many, many years. This morning, the news came in as such. Wholesale prices year over year surged 9.6%. That's the fastest pace on record. Imagine my shock? No. Imagine your shock? No. You knew this. You and I have been so far ahead of the curve, it's frankly retarded, okay? It's not going to stop. There's no end in sight. It's going to get worse moving forward. So just, be ready for that. All right. Let's go back to the market real quick. So the fear trade is somewhat remaining today. Last time I looked, you had the Dow Jones Industrial Average was higher fractionally. S&P 500 and NASDAQ were lower. Silver is getting hit, down by 2.7%. Gold is also under some pressure here. Crypto is putting on a slight gain. Crude under pressure about 1% to the downside because this moronic variant seems to be spreading, and that's raising concerns about, supply chain issues, of course, and all kinds of other nonsense. Anyway, it's not going to last. So with regard to crude oil falling here, people, what is Greg Mannarino going to tell you? Buy the dip. With regard to precious metals, buy the dip. With regard to this market, capitalize on the fear trade, people, period. The end. Focus on the MMRI. Link in the description of this video. The dollar right now is slightly lower. It's an interesting phenomenon, isn't it? You got silver getting slammed, you got gold getting hit, and the dollar's actually weaker. Oh, I'm so surprised at that. Thank you, JP Morgan, for putting gold and silver on sale here. So I was just, putting a few things down here this morning in my little lovely notepad. So let's cover some of that. So right now, what do we know is going on? We are experiencing the highest inflation rate in 40 years, surging at its fastest pace in history. Now, I just happened to be catching Bloomberg earlier this morning, and they're all like, what's the Fed gonna do? What's the Fed going to do? Help! You gotta be kidding me, people. This is deliberate. The Federal Reserve has gone out of its way to create inflation by running their inflation creation machine. You know what they're doing. Issuing debt through one door, buying it back through another door. A massively inflationary cycle. They knew it. They've been buying epic amounts of assets, record amount of assets, since the last meltdown, flooding the world with dollars. And now we have a situation that I said would happen from many years ago. All these lovely extra bills, in whatever form they exist in, are now chasing the same amount of goods. Duh. I mean, really, duh. Oh, it drives me in my freaking mind here. But, really, are people honestly expecting the Federal Reserve to do anything meaningful? Again, we're going to get their announcement tomorrow. They're all in a huddle right now. They're all huddling. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? No, they know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to continue to keep this mechanism in place here. It's a wipeout of the middle class, crushing them under an inflationary cycle unlike we've ever seen before, literally. Okay, this is by design. All of it. The people on the lower rung, they're done. The middle class, under attack. People in the upper echelon of society, well, they're just doing fantastic right now, aren't they? Lovely. It's a new feudal system, people. A new freaking freak show feudal system, just like I said would happen from, I don't know, a decade ago. Here we are. Let us move forward here today. So I already told you about wholesale prices are surging. Fastest pace on record. No surprise, not going to stop. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing. This was CNBC. This is their prediction. You ready for CNBC? I wonder what Steve Leisman has to say about this with his brown nose. Steve Leisman has his nose so far up the crack of the Federal Reserve, I'm telling you, he could probably taste what they eat for breakfast. It's insanity on an epic scale. But anyway, we love Steve Leisman, don't we? It's not Leisman, it's Leisman, because the man lies. He can't stop lying. Anyway, so CNBC poll. You ready for this one? Let's laugh a little bit. Quote, the Federal Reserve will halt asset purchases by March. How about there is no freaking way on this planet or off this planet that they're going to halt it? And even if they say, oh, we're going to stop purchases, duh. Are we going to believe that? No, because we're going to look at their balance sheet. We're going to look at the yield curve. We're going to look at the dollar, the relative dollar value, the Dixie. We're going to know what they're going to do. Anyway, it's an astounding thing, people, for me and for you, for any of us that understand the mechanism here, that the Fed is doing all this by design. They are determined to continue to inflate. Central banks around the world are determined to continue to inflate despite historic inflation. They can't stop it. I don't know another way to put it, people. I've explained to you for years that once these inflation doors would open, and they're open now, there would be literally no way to stop a major inflationary cycle happen. And that's what we're in right now. And there's no end in sight by design. So just be ready for everything that's coming down the pike here. We have a stock market that is a hyper bubble. There's no doubt about it. And it will continue until it doesn't. You know that. We don't worry about when it's going to crash. We don't listen to people like Robert, whatever his name is, Kiyosaki, whatever your name is, sir. Don't know, don't care. Calling for market crashes repeatedly, like on a monthly basis. Bo Peloni, whatever his name is, Bo Baloney, man. Reading the Bible and telling us that the Bible is predicting crash after crash as they never happen. I guess he doesn't know how to read. Or maybe he's trying to conjure something up out of the Bible that isn't even there. Anyway, that's disgusting in my view. Okay, using the Bible, he's perverting the Bible. Okay, but he thinks he's doing a good thing. But that's whatever. Okay, so we're going to ignore market crash calls or anything like that. And we're just gonna, we're gonna follow the data. We're gonna watch the market dynamics. Period. The end. We're gonna laugh our asses off, and we're gonna capitalize on this entire thing. Look, you and me. People, for years, we've been getting ourselves in the right spots. For my lions out here, we've been destroying this entire thing. We're going to continue to do that by watching the yield curve, the MMRI, dollar value, crude oil, buying the dips moving forward. Please just don't deviate from your strategy here. It works, and yet again I get people. Oh, Greg, you're leading people to the slaughter. Duh! Telling me that, oh, Greg, you shouldn't be telling people to buy the dips. Well, I've been telling you to buy the dips for years, and it has not failed yet. So, is there going to be a time where maybe it's going to be a bad call? Perhaps it will be. But one bad call out of all the years we've been buying the dips? I mean, okay. But again, we have a very good idea as to what's going to happen here by just watching the market dynamics here, people. You all know that. And on top of that, you should be hedged if you're able to. Like I tell you, you capitalize on the stock market, in my opinion, by owning large cap, dividend paying stocks. Don't be buying calls here on anything. The market is too volatile. You should be setting up credit spreads. You should be selling puts onto the market. It's not a hard thing to do if you understand it a little bit. You can probably find this information for free if you search online how to do it. But I do have my book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, which is available for you. There's a link in the description of this video. Whatever. We're not going to lose. We're also in risk-off assets. physical gold and silver, cryptocurrencies. People have been over this 1,000 times, so we don't care. We laugh when people go, oh, there's going to be a market crash. We laugh at that. Who cares? Good, let it happen. Number one, this market's retarded. Number two, if you're hedged, you don't give a damn. Honestly, we're just taking advantage of the market we have, the situation we are in, and that's it. Anyway, before I have a freaking meltdown, I'm going to end this video. I'm glad I got it out today. I will see all of you at the end of the day. You can count on that. At least I hope so. I see what kind of hellish realm I'm in there later. But people, you and me are making a difference. We really are, okay? Taking advantage of the shit show. And it is a shit show of the highest order. We're not going to be beaten. We're not going to let this thing beat us. We're just going to sit back, take it all in and laugh. And at the same time, get ourselves in the right spots. Anyway, forget the fear, propaganda, crap coming out of YouTubers and off of the freaking mainstream propaganda channels. That's it. I got your back. So you really, honestly, have nothing to worry about. I will never let you down. Love all of you. I'll see you later.